ultimately what I do anyway is, it's not about necessarily making great actors or actresses. No. It's about getting people to be empowered. If that means that they say a tiny little thing on stage, yes, that's a big thing for them. They have ownership over that. That's their thing. And through the arts, you enable people who are disempowered to gain power. They have a voice. Today what we can do is we can divide into our 3 groups and work on those scenes. We can get help from these. We also have to create another scene which I haven't told you about yet.
So Dramatic Need was an idea that came to me about 4 years ago when I was working in Cape Town. I'd been making a film there. And I finished filming and I wanted to see something in South Africa. And so I ended up working in the Free State teaching primary school kids drama. And I thought that it would just be a kind of light relief for these kids and that they'd have a great time and we'd muck about and they'd play and it would be fun. But what I didn't realize, which I came to kind of understand at the end of this time I was there, was that actually children, particularly in rural areas who live pretty underprivileged lives and who are not given any chance to individualize or express themselves, that play is more important than just fun. It's also the chance to non-verbally express themselves and cope with a lot of the things that they are going through on a daily basis through means that are quite that are non-aggressive and fun and easy for children to understand. And I realised that there is a huge scope in South Africa particularly, but also lots of parts of the world where poverty is an issue, violence is an issue, alcoholism, drug addiction, teenage pregnancy, HIV, all these things that are accosting these children. I realised that by allowing them to act or play music or make art or whatever it was actually quite humanising, and it was a very marked difference, those kids, and I really am not a very good teacher, but there was a marked difference between the kids that I came to when I was, first started teaching and the kids that I left. They were much more expressive and much more confident and much more relaxed almost, and they had found the means to express themselves. And I think that's often underutilised and in fact not taken as seriously as it should be in terms of development.
Okay, when you're ready, whenever you're ready, go. Well done. You see the big difference there in that moment, and the way they caught him and loaded to the ground, and that carried them into the song, into the morning song. And the finish as well, instead of somebody, kind of saying, okay, that's the end, there was a finish. Boom, hold it. Good. Okay. Guys, good stuff. I'm very impressed with all of you.
making their dreams, the things they're talking about in their words, their passions, everything that they're saying, it's making it reality just by you there listening to that. That is massive, that is huge, and it will impact them as they grow older and their kids. They'll be like, well, these people came and they really cared and they were really interested and they thought we were great, and it's about assimilation and integration. It's massive, it's huge.
It is very much important for me to tell stories, to tell those who've been through the problems that I have experienced in life, so that they can never give up, be strong and have hope in the future.
Dramatic Need se mense beteken vir hulle vreeslik baie, dis vir hulle iets nuuts. Wat ek gevind het, die voordeel uit die 2 besoeke wat ons gehad het, is die selfvertroue wat ontstaan het by die kinders. As gevolg van die kommunikasie is nou nie meer op 'n vlak van onderwyser-kind nie. Die kommunikasie vind nou plaas, hier is iemand wat my kom leer kuns doen of fotografie of ekskuus of drama, en dis 'n baie meer gemoedelike verstandhouding wat die kind die selfvertroue gee om Engels wat hy nie gewoonlik gebruik nie, om dit nou te gebruik.
Physically abused by her parents. Physically.
Yeah, a big part of what we do, we aim to make sustainable, because to me and to everybody, the Board of Trustees, to everyone involved in Dramatic Need, there's no point coming in with expertise and equipment for a couple of weeks or 2 months or whatever it is, and then going out again. You're going to leave kids with a hunger for something that they then can't eat. And so we really aim to keep coming back to the same schools, the same kids, and what we'd like to do ultimately, and I think what we've started to do, is have a variety of experiences for them. So what, for me, my ideal for this program is that younger kids will come home and say, "Mum, today we learned how to play amazing music," and then the older brother will come home the same day and say, "Mum, we learned how to make films," and that there's a kind of consistency and a continuation of the program. I mean, we now have areas of the Free State where they see the Dramatic Need t-shirt and know immediately what's going to happen, and that's kind of my ideal. I'd like these kids to come away with having gone through school with skills in all sorts of art mediums, and know what it is, and have found their medium, and to know where to go to get more of it. So I think in any work like this, when you're trying to help people who are not in a position of strength, that you need to just keep the continuum, otherwise you're making it worse, I think.
Are you ready for the
Listen,